the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars, next on Madden Football.
Well, no rain to worry about today, but as you'd expect this time of year, very muggy in downtown Jacksonville here at TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
For everyone who expected the highly talented Trevor Lawrence to champion the Jaguars to instant success last season, well, they got a little bit of a reality check. Despite the struggles, though, he still took on a major leadership role within the locker room and among the team. He also flashed some of his considerable potential on the field, particularly in a defiant Week 18 win over Indianapolis that knocked the Colts out of the playoffs.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ugetta and Wosu got the sack there.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. Returnable here from the 38. A solid stiff arm. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Penny, the first down carry. There's a nice move. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense on balance.
Smith on 3rd down. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, 42 yards. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So time to see Jacksonville get on offense for the second time here in this game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and make the offense move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play.
That too.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
A late season breakout at the end of 2021 for the Raiders earned Zay Jones a big deal as part of Jacksonville's spending spree this offseason. And he'll need to keep up that kind of play in order to stand out in a crowded Jags receiving room. First downs like that, an excellent way to continue to earn more opportunities.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lawrence toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Geno now to throw. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Geno. Completes it to Fant on the right side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again is Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to throw, Smith. This is the tight end Fant. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that always covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. There's no time they want to get him involved. It's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 26. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
About meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Quentin Jefferson able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On the double. Ready.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Lawrence looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they start at their own 7.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And out now come the Seahawks. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
We got to be big time. Here we go. Start.
After the interception, here's Smith. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Okay, ready?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence with a hook up to Marvin Jones. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slam.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Penny. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno, being chased out left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. Fights through him. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side here with Penny. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Go.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Come on. Hey.
Play action. It's Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Oh, he stays up. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Jags will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Ready.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Lawrence. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
These two teams all tied after one. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
Ready?
Another try after the first down sack. Smith. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Lawrence. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Quentin Jefferson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Lawrence, as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Running right through him. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Down the right sideline. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 42 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game,
touchdown Jaguars! Zay Jones, 36 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Scoring zone. 3-play drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense. Picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Smith. Seahawks have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
They'll try the air now with Smith. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Smith. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now it's Penny running right. And some room to run now.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Well, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass as they have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
It's showtime, baby.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Where'd he go?
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Let's go now.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Now Lawrence to throw.
He completes it to Jones. And they've got him well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown!
Zay Jones
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. We got a tie game here, back and forth first half. Teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well, no one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off of play action, here's Smith. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not getting the first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Lawrence. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Now he steps away. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Lawrence.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This is taken at the 15. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're gone.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. On 2nd and 12, Smith dancing to his left. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. And this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Smith. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar save. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face, and analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Fielded at the 33. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. This is the tight end fan. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Smith. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Seahawks in that first half. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter of what's been a tight contest so far.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Hold it ready.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Throwing again on second down. Smith. Pass incomplete.
Based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On third down, Penny. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up fourth down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, first and 10 at the 31-yard line. They begin the drive with Robinson, and he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime mix had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Now Lawrence. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Returnable here from the 38. Uses the stiff arm. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Throwing on second and 8, Smith. Leaves it for Penny. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Penny up the middle. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, here's Penny.
60 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now Geno on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here we go, strike!
Geno now to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, a 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs because even
thrown across his body and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass. So whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
On 2nd and 9, Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jaguars will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter. But that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back from both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
11 yards for number 11.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Here we go. Step.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Smith. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, Smith. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 34 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown.
Leave it all out here. Leave it all out here. Right here.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
To throw again on second down. Lawrence. Dancing away at the 30. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Lawrence. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville.
Lawrence will throw. And that's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Go! Let's go!
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne, and he'll work down inside the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Nick Ballore in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And out now come the Seahawks.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed. So they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays. Make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And he whips that one incomplete there. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Good one, able to haul it in. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Smith. They'll roll him out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout.
On the jump.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third.
Hey, let's go. Ready?
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Ready?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Will Disley, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Pulls it in at the 13. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Well, security eluded him.
What's the deal, y'all? Got it. Ready?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Play action. It's Smith sliding out of the pocket. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Smith. And my goodness, another interception.
picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Come on, set.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
Lawrence.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Now Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
And able to find Kirk complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Forced out to his left. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Robinson on a give right side.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Opposite. Block it. Alert. Kill.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
It's finally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you get real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Now here's Michael Dixon, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. 8 yards.
Throwing again on second down.
Lawrence. Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
After the interception, here's Smith. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter.
Come on, come on.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Smith. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
It's Devin Lloyd with a pick.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Here we go, here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Now Lawrence.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense, get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll get this out wide to Penny.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, ready?
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Some danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
Yeah.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The big fella. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. 5. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Steps away to him, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now for the 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receiver...
Touchdown, Jaguars! Evan Ingram, 44 yards. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Taken at the goal line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They begin with a run by Penny. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not that another turnover.
So kind of disappointing there. And yes, they get the 3 to a starting field position like that. 3's not where you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Trying to atone for it here on this drive. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Smith. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end fan, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Shoves him away. Shoves past another. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
That's right, baby. Play it to the whistle. Ready up.
On first down, Smith. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Josh Allen getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Smith. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Rolling to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up the 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by 8, 2:19 to play. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's going to have the Jags first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Lawrence, he'll get that underneath ETN. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing now, Lawrence. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Here's Lawrence. And this one too low.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath. and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by American.
And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now Lawrence
finds his tight end Ingram. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Well, partner, they're still going to have to go for it after that play. And I'm not sure that the running game is going to be a part of what they have to do on 4th down now.
From this far out, you wouldn't think so. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that lines up incomplete. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.